When kids just won't listen, parents often feel stuck between two choices: to give in or get angry. It's exhausting. We give you the top techniques directly from the experts, helping you on your path to a more peaceful, respectful, and joyful life with your kids. We have an energetic show today with Katherine Jara. That's Jara, and that's the best that I can pronounce it. She will talk about online learning, a topic that is very timely with the surge of virtual schooling currently happening all over the world. She has 10 years of experience working as an English teacher and being a workshop presenter in 3 national and international English as a second language conferences in Brazil. She has proven to be a creative, enthusiastic, and proactive professional in that area, and as evidenced by our interview, she is a very engaging teacher of young kids. After she graduated in English pedagogy with a major in education, she started teaching teens and adults at language schools. In 2012, she decided to move to Brazil, where she started her journey as a young learner teacher. But it was in 2017 that Katherine found the enjoyment of being an online teacher for toddlers and kids. Teaching Spanish and English online has given her the opportunity to know kids from all over the world and to study, adapt, and apply classroom activities to the online environment. She co-authored a free downloadable ebook entitled A Guide to Start Teaching Online and conducts workshops for teachers called Lights, Camera, Teach Kids. She has a lot of things to teach us: how to use visuals to attract kids' attention, how to improve how you present yourself in front of the screen, how to deal with the kids' short attention span, and she demonstrates the games that she usually plays with kids during the lessons. That's the intro. Here's Katty. Okay, Katherine Jara, welcome to Getting Kids to Listen. Thanks for joining us today.
Hello, Jade. How are you today with all this coronavirus going on right now?
I'm well. How are you?
I am great because I work online, so I haven't stopped working. But I'm always thinking about the other teachers and the other people that have to stay home.
Yeah.
And so I hope this podcast, this video gives you lots of ideas. And
Yeah, we need them.
Yeah, I hope to help you guys.
So what is it that you love most about working with kids?
Ooh, that's a hard question because I love, there are so many things that you can say when you work with kids, right? But the most, I would say that they don't have any filter, I guess. If they like you, they would tell you. If they don't like an activity, they are going to tell you in your face, like, this is boring, or I don't like it. Or if they like you, they're going to tell you right away, like, I love you, and I love this, and I want to play this game again, and these things. Like
That
this,
is nice.
they're very straightforward.
Very honest.
Yes.
So you're teaching English and also Spanish online?
Yes. I teach. Let me tell you what I do. I study English pedagogy when I was in Chile because I am from Chile, and I am a teacher of English, right? And I started teaching all ages, right? Teenagers, adults, kids. And then when I went to live in Brazil, because now I live in Brazil, I started teaching young learners, right? And toddlers. And then I just loved that, right? And then when I had my daughter, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and then I started looking for some kind of, a way to stay more home, right? And then I discovered this online teaching that it was not that popular at that time, like 3 years ago, at least here in South America. Because I've heard that lots of people do this in the United States. They teach kids online. But here in South America, it was not very popular. And then I decided to maybe I just can, send some curriculums, even though I'm not a native speaker,
Yeah.
as English. So I passed like several interviews, and then I decided to work with a Russian company. And I've been teaching Russian kids and now European kids for like all this time, like 2 or 3 years. And I used to work in a school too because I like to have to be in contact with kids. But then I just decided to be online 100%, and now what I'm doing is that. And now with all the thing, going on right now, people, doing quarantine and everything, I've had like so many people asking me like, Kathy, what do we do? Because it's not popular here, like to teach online, and teachers are forced to do that now. So they're asking me for so many questions, so many things, and I have so many tips that I can give you. So that's it. I work
Cool.
online.
So it's a Russian company, but they're connecting you with people all over the world, or do you work with more than one company to do that?
No. I just work with this Russian school, and I teach, like most of the kids are from Russia. Like I would say like 95% of my students are from Russian. And then I have like a couple of Greek kids, Italians, kids from Kazakhstan, Tajikistan.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And
It's so cool.
and so they're trying to learn English and sometimes Spanish, or they're mostly trying to learn English.
I have students learning Spanish with me. I guess it's getting a little bit more popular there, Spanish, and that's my mother tongue. But I'm not a teacher, a Spanish teacher. So I'm just teaching because that's my mother tongue. But my thing is to teach English to
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, it's kind of hard because I know all the grammar thing. It's kind of difficult for me because if I it doesn't. I mean, it's my mother tongue, but that doesn't mean that I know how to teach that, right? It has helped me a lot that I'm a teacher of English. I know all methodologies and the strategies and everything, but yeah, what I really like to do is to teach English to kids. And it's nice because they don't speak Spanish and I don't speak Russian at all. So the bridge is the English, and that's it.
Huh. So what are some of the challenges that you come across in working with kids online?
I guess that when I started, I didn't know anything about working online. I thought it was going to be something very robotic and cold, maybe. This is what people really think about that. Like, no, online teaching is not really for me and not for kids. Come on. How can kids learn English online? That's ridiculous. And that's like the prejudice that you have against, this kind of this way of, teaching and learning, this learning style. This is it. What you think about that, that's not really true, because when I started it, I was like, okay, so these kids don't know me and they are like so caught up and in the class, and that was a challenge, like I guess, to make kids listen to you and really pay attention.
Yeah, and not even in a language that they're used to speaking.
Yeah, right. That's
Is
kind of
there
scary.
is there an average age? What age range are you mostly working with?
Yeah, I have toddlers. I start with 3 years old. I have a couple of, more than a couple, like 4 toddlers, and then I don't know, young learners like from 4 to 6, 7. Yes, and then I have a couple of teenagers, but that from 4 to 7 years old.
Are any of
That's the
them
age I
are any of them
teach.
in the room together, or is it all one-on-one?
No. It's like one-on-one. Well, just one kid and parents around.
So
And
how long
during
can you keep a 3-year-old on the call?
no more than 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
No, the lesson is just 30 minutes. And then when I would say that when the kid is 7, 8, they can start having like an hour lesson. But you have to be very prepared because you have to change activities so like very fast, and an hour it's very tiring, I guess, for
Yeah.
for teachers and kids.
Tell us about the preparation. What does it look like for you to be prepared for the younger kids especially?
Well, I'm just going to show you here the things I have. Before I start my lessons in the morning, for example, and then I keep everything around me so I can just, use them. I always have my, Wonder One here, this material props, because these really call the kids' attention. Because you have to. Now it's good that you're recording this interview because I
I'm
can
glad.
show. Yeah, me too. You have to use this. Yes, this is your space, right? So you want to show a lot of face, a lot of face. This is your number one prop. You have your material here, something very shiny, and it doesn't have to be like something very expensive. Teachers, I don't know. I just want to pass the idea that you can do it at home. It can be like a DIY, props, to help you. These things are really going to help you to make yourself understood, right? If you're teaching another language, or maybe if you're a teacher, not music teacher, art teacher, that you are now forced to teach online, you really want these things to be around you because these things are really going to help you. Like, I start always with feelings. My class, I always start that would be the warm up, right? How are you today? Are you happy, sad, right? And then I go with the weather.
Do they have their own props to play that game back, or do they just point and talk?
This is a good question, actually, because to make them listen to you and to see you, actually to pay attention, you want to use them, right? And use their space. So if they don't have anything, I ask them to look for a toy. Go, 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 go. Do you have any toy? Do you have anything that you can show me? And then they go, they run, they get something, and then bring it to the camera, and they start, with these things. This thing is very important because they feel important. They feel that you are also listening to what they are saying, right?
Yeah. You have such good energy and you're so engaging. I'm sure that they are happy to look at you and engage and connect with you. Do you think that that's a requirement, or do you think that anybody could get into this? Because I know not everybody has that. Not everybody can turn on that light.
And this is something that I really like, and I like to talk about because everybody's telling me that right now, like watching my videos on Instagram and everything. I'm like, hey, I'm giving lots of tips. Go there and watch them. It's gonna be good for you. But then they ask me back, like, Ati, you are so high energy. I could never do that. And I'm like, bring your own personality and bring your own charisma to the class. Don't try to be another person. Don't try to be me, because I'm not saying that I'm the best of the best, but I know what I do and I know that I'm good at it, and I know that I'm good because I love it. So if you really think that you can do it and you like it, go there and bring your own personality and be yourself, and kids are going to love it because kids notice that. They notice that. Yeah.
Sure. How long would you have the same kid?
Ooh, I have let me see. I have like 4 or 5 that have been with me for like a year and a half already. And it's fun because you create this connection that I thought that it was not going to happen in the online lesson, right? I thought that it was going to be, you sit down, give your, teacher class, and then bye-bye. No, they send me pictures, like, hey, I'm on vacations, I'm here. And I'm like, please send me pictures. I want to see. I send audios, and you create this connection. It's really, really, really cool. And then you see them grow up. It's cool too, right?
Yeah. And when you start with like a 3-year-old, how long does it take to tap into that? I mean, I'm assuming that some days they're not excited to see you. How do you handle that when it's just not there?
Like, I have a very fresh example because now I just had so many classes in the morning, and I had a kid that he didn't really want to have classes today. So you just feel it. You can see that in their eyes and their, like body language. And then you can notice, like I would say that at the beginning, when you see that the kid doesn't really want to have classes or it's not in the mood, right? Maybe he wants to, but it's not in the mood. It's could be like he's cold, he's hot, he's hungry, he's tired, he's sleepy, right? There's so many factors. So you have to, I guess you have to notice that as a teacher, like the first 5 minutes of the class, and then you can just start doing your own thing, right? Like, okay, and then you bring all the materials. What do you want to do? You ask them, what do you want to do? Do you want to play? No. Oh, you don't want to play? Okay, let's see if you can play with your favorite toy. Where's your favorite toy? Doesn't want that. Oh, okay. All right, let's watch a video. Let's sing a song. Yay! No, and then you start using your own strategies. I use lots of what do you want to do? That's a very open question, and then you have to be prepared for the answer. Songs, games that you can adapt to the online lesson, and you need to know your student, because if you want to bring them to the classroom, you have to do what they want to, what they like to do, right?
Yeah. So what's a game that you can play online?
I play hide and seek.
Hide and seek.
I taught them how to play hide and seek. Can you imagine that?
No, I can't
That's
imagine
so fun.
it. Can you describe
Let's play.
how that works? All right.
Sure. Okay. So first thing you got to do is to model the things that you are going to play. The instructions, right, are very important. So we are going to, okay, let's play hide and seek. Hide and seek. I mean, at some point they are going to understand what you're saying, because you're going to use a lot of body language, right? Hide and seek. Okay, close your eyes, Katherine. They asked me to close my eyes. I count 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. I'm gonna look for you. I send them to, like, in the bedroom, because once one kid left the bedroom and I never, I had to, my parents to, like, hey, we're playing hide and seek and he left. So in the bedroom, they just hide, and then I open my eyes and I always ask them to, I'm the one asking the questions, right? Are you on the bed? And then I have to say, yes, I am. No, I'm not. Are you in the closet? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Of course, like this, it's like you take several classes for them to understand it, to get the answers, all the instructions, but it's really fun, the process, right? Because at the beginning, they kind of don't understand, but then a couple of classes later, they're going to get it and they're going to ask for it.
And they're doing this all in English. It's just, it's so much to take in for someone who hasn't tried that before. The idea that you could play a game with a kid you've never met in person over the computer in a language that is not either of your mother tongue. Mm-hmm. That's a great one. Do you have any other examples?
Yeah, of games?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Games that we also, so many games that you can adapt. Maybe you can have a little bit of Play-Doh here. They ask you to make something, but that takes longer. So, okay, tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe, we play that all the time. But I don't have my board here because all the material I have is in Brazil. I'm in Chile, right? You already know that. I can go back to Brazil. So I make them, if we have an interactive board, we can do it in the interactive board, so they can write and I can write. But if they don't have it, if the class is in Zoom or Skype, I just draw this here, right? And then we play. I explain, you know how to play tic-tac-toe, yes, circle, X, Okay, example, you model. But then to make it more, like fun and, challenging, yes, I would say that, all right, so I write here different feelings. And when it's your turn, you have to say, I'm happy, I'm not happy today. So that would be like a good, great warm up. And then you can play with different things like clothes and feelings and colors and everything. really like it.
How much of that did you come up with on your own, and how much of it did you have to look up, or where could someone learn more of these games?
I I'm still learning. I'm still learning because it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I've been doing this for like 2.5 years, and it's a challenge because it's you against you. Like, how creative can I be, right? This morning, because sometimes you have like, today I'm not really in the mood. I'm gonna do my thing, but you're always trying to bring something new to the class. I would say that if you really like it, I guess you have to think about what you have inside, what you can bring from your inside. Like, do I really want to like to work with kids? Am I patient enough? Like, am I creative? Or how can I work that and that potential, creativity that everybody has, right? So that's it. I just want to tell you that if we are like here encouraging people to teach online, I am the co-author of an ebook that you can download for free, and it's a guide to start teaching online. So I'm gonna give you the link. I don't know how we can do it, but the link is in my Instagram, in my bio, and you can go there and you can download it totally for free, because I discovered that was my purpose on life. Like, I wanted to help teachers to get an extra income and to starting to be more like, think about more like an entrepreneur rather than like just simple, teachers and just go there to the school and teach my thing and go back home. No, it's more than that. Education is more than that. And yeah, that's it.
Okay,
I'm
so
offering.
you have the
I'm
ebook. What else?
Yeah, I'm offering a workshop right now because I've had like so many questions from teachers from different countries. That's a surprise. Like yesterday, I decided to organize this workshop. It's going to be on 2 days, the 30th and the 31st. Okay, maybe if I have like more people asking me for vacancies, I can come up with another, dates. But it's a 3-hour. Yeah, it's a 3-hour workshop, and the name of the workshop is Lights, Camera, Teach Kids. So this workshop, I've organized this in 2 days, where you can see like how it's more than how to use the platform and how to use technology. Is more like how can you bring your own potential to the online lesson for
Nice.
kids.
We will provide links to any of that stuff
Thank
so that
you.
people can find you.
Gracias.
Sure. I'm curious about some of the technology. You were talking about interactive boards and even just sharing video. I'm just thinking, I'm just now learning how to use some of this stuff like Zoom. Zoom and Skype are what you're connecting with kids most with?
The school I work for has their own platform, and they have an interactive board. But I use with my private students, because I have lots of private students too, and I was using the Skype. I still use the Skype because they have these emojis. They are very vivid and colorful. But yeah, I showed you before. And but Zoom, I guess, is better because you have an interactive board. Actually, I can, I have the option of, like placing here on a board, a whiteboard, and then I can write something, and then you can write something, and that's really amazing.
Is that already in Zoom?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you can show
Yes.
us.
Oh, wait. Let me see.
Are the kids on iPads and iPhones, or are they?
I've seen that most of I don't think I can show you right now because now, I have so many things here going on. But you have that option, and that's in the free version of Zoom. So you can do that.
Okay.
So you go there to the whiteboard, and then
I'm clicking around.
write something.
I just thumbs upped myself, I think, so that's good.
Oh, but that's no. They should have the other emojis like the Skype that it appears in the camera, like colorful, and then the heart it's beating, and like kids really like that.
Good to know. Yeah, I only see
Yeah.
two emojis available here
Yeah, I guess
on
that it's in the
Zoom.
free version. I wonder if they have it in the other version, like in the paid,
Do you see anything?
like.
I clicked thumbs up. Do you see anything when I click on
Yeah,
it?
I see it in your on your screen, your picture here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thumbs up to that.
I'm gonna give
Um,
him a clap.
yeah, thank you, thank you. I learned how to do a thumbs up.
Yes.
So, are there any other apps that the kids need or would be using, or do you think that people could just start with Zoom?
Oh, you just need a good computer, good internet connection, your camera, and I use these headsets, headphones. But I started using this. I wanted to show you these ones. I started using this, so it's okay. Like simple ones. Earphones, yes, earphone. And then yeah, it's totally fine. It doesn't matter if you are like a no, how do you call it?
Don't know what you're doing?
Digital immigrant. Digital immigrant.
Right. Digital native.
I'm not a digital native. Yeah, we're not. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you can learn when we can learn things, right? So you need these, I guess, all the apps that you need. It's like I use a lot of YouTube videos.
And so you're able to show the video. Do you show the video and you can show yourself beside it so you can like pause it and talk about it?
Yes. You share screen. You have this option that you can share your screen, your own screen. Oh, Martin is there. Sorry.
What about Martina? Does Martina ever do any online education? What does she like to watch?
She really likes, like, I see, she's my, I experiment with her sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm gonna play this video. Let me see if she likes it. And they actually learn watching videos. But the thing is that don't put the kids too much in front of the TV or in front of the computer, because that's gonna be like, it's so engaging and all the colors and everything. So I think they need the human part. I think kids really need the human part. Like, okay, it's nice to show them a video. It's nice to, like play these interactive games, but then they need to see you, a human face, someone that it's, can really interact with them. Yeah.
Is there
And
any? Go ahead.
and to play with other stuff. Like, this is not really, like, it's just a simple flashcard that I made, right? But you can do so many things with it. Like, oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my gosh, where is it? Oh no, it's it. And then, oh my gosh, that's so engaging.
Is there any subjects that you think would not work online?
People used to say that, oh, English is so boring, and it would be that so boring to teach and learn that online. That's impossible. So I don't think, like, I think that you can teach almost everything online. Bring in your own charisma, and if you really, really, really like it, you can pass that through the screen.
Have you tried having multiple people on the other end?
Yes, I have speaking clubs with kids. I have speaking clubs, and yeah, we do that not in the platform because that doesn't, doesn't work with with a lot of kids. But I use Zoom, and yes, sorry, and I have speaking clubs, and I had last week I had 7, 8 kids. And I had this plasticine club or something like that. And we created some games and some animals. And I had 7 kids, in the class, really listening. That was super cool. That's why I posted that on Instagram, because I was like, I have to post this because it was really, really a hit. Like, a lot of kids from Russia, Brazil, other countries, like, oh, that was so cool.
And so they're not distracting each other when they're all together?
I think that, yeah, that's a good point, because it can be very distractive, to see lots of, people on the screen. But you have to be the center. That's why when I posted that on my Instagram, I always write something, like tips and ideas, right? It's not just throwing and posting the picture and then, oh, look, I'm good. No. So I remember that I put there, to have a successful group class, the teacher needs to be prepared. Like, lesson planning is really important. You know what's going on and what's going to be next, right? And you need to have a good classroom management, right? You know what to do, like some chants to help you or something that you do to make kids listen to you. And you can move the camera. I mean, I like to move the camera a lot. So when I go, I was like, I'm going to show you here. So I was teaching you can see the pictures. Sorry. All right. So we were playing with this plasticine, and then I was like, okay, so we are going to make 2 little balls. All right, let's go. Oh my gosh, no, don't go, please. Oh no. And then I just took it to the table. Okay, we're here. Okay, say, Catherine, where are you? Everybody was asking, Catherine, where are you? I'm here, guys. So
Nice. Don't need a videographer.
No.
Do the kids have their own plasticine that they're playing with at the time, or?
Yeah, if you're having this plasticine club or something like that, you want them to be prepared. So you ask the parents to, have the material before.
I don't even know what questions to ask because I've never done online teaching. So I would just say, what else? What else you got for us? Either what's working really well for you, or what are some challenges that a beginner needs to look out for?
I think you need to work on your own anxieties, I guess, because kids are kids. What they like, I mean, if you think about kids, I mean, they like to play, they like to run, they like active games, they like something that is really new. So kids are going to be kids. What you have to work on, it's your own anxiety and your own, position in front of the camera. Maybe it's good for you to show yourself, work on your posture, I guess. Maybe you can rehearse in front of the mirror. Yes. And a good tip that I would say is that you need to start the class with high energy, because that's gonna, set the mood. And if you start the class like this, just giving a big smile, don't fake it, right? It's you and the camera, and it's you and the kids. So you have to transmit all of this, right? So if you start the class with high energy, the class is going to be very good, and kids are going to do whatever you want them to do, right?
Yeah.
And it's good.
Go ahead.
One more thing. It is good to start the class like this, because then if they start misbehaving, that's a good point. If they start misbehaving, because it's 30 minutes in front of the computer, they want to, move, and sometimes you're going to lose them. You're going to be able to, because they like you already, right? They already like you because you started the class like this and playing. And then at some point of the class, when they're not paying attention, you're going to, be able to say, hey, Jade, come here. Do I have to call mommy? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, sit down. Okay, let's play. Let's continue playing. Okay?
Yeah. What do you think, what do you see happening in the future, or what would you like to see over the next 3 or 5 years? Anything new on the horizon that you're looking forward to?
I think it's all right for me.
Sure, for you, or just for
everybody.
technology.
I think it's already, it has already started. Like when we started with this thing, like coronavirus, and everybody staying at home, and everybody, all the, the energy and all the, the eyes were in homeschooling and online teaching, right? Everybody's talking about that now, and everybody's asking for some tips here in South America, because that was not very popular. And when I launched the ebook, I don't know, it was a month ago, I felt like I was trying to convince people that yes, kids you can do that. You can work online. You can get extra money doing that. And you can teach people doing that. Kids are going to listen to you. Look, I'm here. I'm doing this. Hello. But now has changed, right? Things have changed. And everybody is asking for, oh, how can you do it? So now it is the time for teachers and people, to start paying more attention to this new way of education.
Yeah. And what do you think about on a personal level, where what's the next level for you? Or are you happy with your handful of kids and meeting with them and your hours that you currently have?
Oh, I have so many projects. But I've discovered that my purpose in life is to teach, kids, to get to know a lot of kids, to, pass this. I really want to continue teaching kids, but I also want to teach, to help teachers. So I would like to go, to start like something related to teacher training programs, related to education for young learners online.
Yeah.
That's
you're good at it.
Yes. Thank you.
Did you have to advertise yourself, or did the company you were with take care of most of that?
Okay, so the thing is that, let's go back at that time when I started sending curriculums. I saw that was very discouraging, because I saw on the internet, I was looking for information about this online, schools, and all the schools were like number one requirement was to be a native speaker of English, and I'm not. But I was like, I'm good at what I do, so I'm going to send 500 curriculums to these companies, and okay, the first thing you have is the no, you can't, right? Or no, we don't need you, thank you. But then I started getting, because you send your curriculum, you send a cover letter, and then you send your own introductory video where you introduce yourself, talk a little bit about yourself in 1 minute, what you have to offer as a teacher, how are your classes, what is your methodology, and then I don't know, I just sold myself well, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you have any other resources? I know you talked about your group or your webinar meetup that you'll have, and you talked about your ebook. Do you have any other resources that you'd recommend for people, whether it's your own or anyone else's?
I would say that everybody go to my Instagram, because I'm posting tips and ideas like every single day. I can't think about others, because when I started, there were like a few people posting things about online teaching. Maybe if you go to YouTube now, they have like so many tips, but they are all talking about like technological things and how to work with Zoom, but nobody's talking about like how you can, work on your own potential to teach, kids. And I do that, a lot of that on my Instagram. So that would be nice. I have lots of ideas and tips.
Tell us the name of your Instagram, and do you have a website or anything else?
This is my Insta. Online teacher, hello, Kathy.
I think Martina needs you.
Oh my gosh, can you hear? Oh my gosh, sorry.
No, it's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I learned a lot.
You're welcome.
I hope that our listeners will learn a lot. We'll share this with your fans, and hopefully we can all figure out how to engage with kids online better.
Yes.
Teach that way.
Thank you so much for the invitation, and I'm here to help. This is the only thing I can tell you.
I'll be in touch. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.